but I can interestingly hear the. I can still hear the flying spaceship, which I shouldn't even be able to hear at this view right here. Hold on a second. Let me go here. Switch back over there. There we go. And calming down a little bit. Rory, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good, my friend. Very nice indeed.
Good. Glad to have you here. It's funny because we start this when Rory ends his day. So in the few minutes I have before we start, I get to hear the sounds where Rory is. Right now it's totally quiet there.
They've gone.
But
people gone.
But Rory actually exists in a world aside from just what you and I hear.
Shocking, isn't it?
It is shocking. It's like there are people who know his name. There are people that say goodbye to him. There's a whole nother world out there that I'm not a part of. Kind of unusual from, normally I'm, totally embracing this selfish point of view that, everything I'm seeing could be just an illusion built all for me. And but every once in a while I get evidence, such as people saying goodbye to Rory, that other people exist as well.
It's just a really enthusiastic illusion in which we've gone really deep to make you feel like it's not just you.
So I am trying, Will Bennett says, Whitey's not just a disembodied voice. Shocking.
No.
So I'm not sure why this is not working. I just did a launch and I'm not seeing anything. Let's go into this one here too, because the launch I think is going to come across on this one, if I'm remembering all of these correctly. That's in promise, execute command. I don't get it. I do not get it. This is wait, hold on a second. The drone game is not this page. I want to go to the drone overlay, and then I want to try the launch again, command from the chat room. And after that finishes loading, I'm just trying to catch up here and see why we're not launching. It's either that we haven't finished loading in the mainstream, but this mainstream looks like it's finished loading, or there's some other problem. I just want to try and catch up with it and see if there's a quick fix to it. But I'm waiting for this to, while I'm waiting for this, let's just try another launch. Nope. I was half expecting that, or hoping that would launch the CodeRushed logo here on the stream. So we'll just wait for this to finish here. So today we've got the timeline control that we've been working on. I'm gonna integrate that. In fact, I already started work on integrating it, and I'm like, as usual. There we go. It finished. Let's see if the launch works now. No.
Distinct lack of effect.
Yeah. Can we get a breakpoint in here? I think we can. Let's look for a breakpoint here and see what's going on. See if there's something that makes sense. It's weird. It actually did work before. It totally worked before. I launched it when we did the first when we first tried to start the stream. I ended up restarting the stream, stopping it, and then restarting it again because our upload speed was slow, and it was because I was connected through a VPN. And I was like, oh yeah, let's kill that. Will Bennett says, I've never seen Mr. Rory and Mr. AnnouncerBot at the same time. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Does he wear glasses and work at a newspaper company? Yeah, well.
Wow, the praise is that's pretty high.
You cannot spell Rory without the letters from Mr. AnnouncerBot, with the exception of one letter. And what's that letter? Y. Exactly, Y.
I'm not worried why.
All right, it's a worried Y? Okay, all right. What should I do, Rory? Should I fix this? Is that what you want to do, or do you want to go into the other thing? You want to go look and breakpoint this? I think we're going to do it.
I have strangely extra time today, so I don't mind. Normally I've got about an hour. Today we can stretch an hour and a half, maybe a little more.
That's awesome. We should also say that I really don't know what I'm doing. Right? What we do here is force and ignorance. That's what we do here. We do brute force and ignorance.
Exploratory programming.
That's what we're doing. In fact, today's going to be a lot of ignorance and probably a lot of brute force as well. All right,
Woohoo.
let's go ahead and see if we can give this a shot in terms of getting this thing debugged and figuring out what's going on here. Although I do feel like it worked moments ago, so the fact it doesn't work now is likely that it's
Yeah.
empty the
Maybe a
cache
state
and
issue of
restart
some kind.
everything. Yeah, I feel like I'm almost thinking let's not mess with this yet. Let's just focus on the timeline.
It might be that there's no bug at all, and all we end up doing is proving that it works. It
Yeah,
just hasn't, on this particular occasion. Because you managed to launch, but it was only when we tried to dock that it went wrong, and there was that sort of internet glitch partway between. So, the pathways may have simply become confused.
yeah.
Kind of just spouting here, but,
I'm going to refresh the caches here. Look at the interface for the. I'm going to refresh the cache there. Yeah, but I think it's not this. I feel like it's and I guess we should double check this. I almost want to say, let's see if I have the Mr. Announcer bot is running, right? Did we check that? Can you give me an awesome command in Mr. Announcer bot? Hold on a second. Does not work.
not appear to have done anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like the whole communication mechanism is broken. Oh, but this works. Look at that.
Something happened there.
So that's working. Okay, so the communication is working here. Weird, and weird. All right. Well, for now we don't need to worry about it. I'd say now let's focus on the timeline, and we'll come back in later and work on this.
Okay.
So. Here's what we've got. While we were gone yesterday, or while we were not broadcasting, hold on a second. I'm seeing, this is feeling just a little bit. There we go. I want to make sure, apologies for any sound that's sending out there. That was just a little bit, not where I want it. Okay. Yesterday, after we stopped the show, I spent a little time trying to integrate it. And got it integrated, and and two issues on integration that I noticed. In fact, let's go over to source tree here, and you can see some of the changes that I made here. I finally ended up grabbing that find parent of type function. We've added this several times to our code and then found other workarounds and took it out. Yesterday, I really finally needed it. I had a problem, really weird problem, where I came in and I had the effect when I dragged it, the adorner was clipped. And what was happening is, for reasons I do not understand, and this is a user control inside a user control inside of a WPF window. I suspect it's related to this, but for reasons I don't understand, an adorner window was essentially created for me right around this control, which was the same size as it. And I wasn't creating it, it was being created for me.
Okay.
That's what it appeared to be the case. It was only happening here, not happening when we were just dropping the user control in a Windows form. I mean, in a WPF form. So it was cropping it if it was the bottom one here. So this one, you wouldn't have seen this right here, and you wouldn't see this either. You wouldn't see the little second tooltip that we added here. That's on the adorner layer.
Yeah.
So the code I changed was to basically find the instead of calling adorner layer get adorner layer rectangle, which is like, let me zoom in here so you can see it. This line of code in blue with the blue background here right above my head. Instead of calling that, we deleted that line and I changed it to get adorner layer, which called my own function, which basically is down here, which the purpose of which is to go find the topmost adorner layer. That's what we're looking for there.
Sure.
And that was the code I wrote for that. I think there's probably a more efficient way of doing it. Unfortunately, in order to get it, I had to get the thing that's bizarre about this whole thing, if you look at the visual tree, is the adorner layer isn't actually a parent. It's the adorner decorator that's the parent. That's why this code looks a little more complex than you might expect on something just looking for a parent. So we're
Sure.
basically, we're looking for the parent that's the decorator. Then we're getting from that decorator its adorner layer, and we're assigning that and continuing to look up until we get to a point where the last parent adorner decorator we found is the same as the one we just found, in which case we break and get out. So that's what we're doing. We're looking for the topmost one, or if we've gone to if we've gone to the last one we found and we've tried to find the one above it and it returns the same one, then we're just like, okay, we're out. So that's
So
what.
just to double check I understand this, the adorner layer is kind of like, say, as you say, something created for you on which things like tooltips are effectively displayed, so they can sit outside of
Right.
the control itself but still be associated with it.
Yeah.
The trouble is that if that control then sits inside of another control, there's an adorner layer for each of those at the two different levels of nesting.
Well,
And
I don't actually know when adorner layers are created. I thought they would only be created if I created one, but it certainly appears as if they're being created by the WPF framework. That's
okay,
what.
so
That's
you're then trying to break out of the top level to a kind of an application level adorner layer, and that's where you want to put your stuff.
kind of. I'm just trying to find the biggest one out there. There's when I did the visual tree on this. Here, we can do it right now. The visual tree. There's the decorator I was trying to find. Here's the adorner layer of this decorator, I believe. But notice it's not in my tree. It's off to the side here of it, right? It's like I'm in Content Presenter, then inside Grid, then inside there Time Management, then inside here. Wait. Just be Time Management. No. Not even there. We're in Tab Control and Content Panel and oh, you know what? Let's just do this. This is going to be so much faster. Click here and then click there, and then it'll sync it up for us. And there we go. Okay, so here's
That's
where
quite
we
deep.
are.
Yep, that was
Yeah.
worth doing all right.
Yeah. So I thought I could get it. Thought I could find my way to here and then get down. But basically, this is our timeline right here. This is our timeline control. So this is what we've been
Sure.
working on and building. And so I'm trying to find the decorator. The problem is the decorator. This is the decorator it gives me right here. And I'm telling you, I did not put that there. Okay.
Sure.
But it's got one there. And I'm like, what? But this one is the one that's clipped. If we look at the properties of this, or wait, why is this at 776? This was not, it was, when I looked at this before, it was not 776. It was like 28 or something was the height of this. This one showed me a much larger height. At any rate, I was like, nope. And I went out to find this and then get
I need
this one.
more.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was at. There's the adorner decorator. Wait, here's the layer though. Here's the layer. Well, look here. Oh, that layer there too is still 776. I'm telling you, I swear to God, it was 28 pixels. And I had to do this to fix it. It was totally cropped, and so I did it to fix it.
Well, in any case, it works now. Yes?
That's my change. I'm debating whether I should undo that to bring it back to show you. So now we've got this here. We can come in. We've got this add button. Nothing's really coming up here. I basically just got the pieces in play here to do this. So we actually need to figure out what we're going to do and do it, which,
Okay.
to be totally honest, I've not figured out what I'm going to do on this yet. I have a general idea.
So our timeline control currently replaces our previous list control. Is that correct?
No, this is a new UI I'm creating.
It's a new piece.
Yeah,
Okay.
the old one, this effect still exists. In fact, I want to be able to grab one of these already pre-built ones when I am over here and click add. So what I think I need an
Right.
add existing or add, new effect, whatever, something like that. Let me close this. Should I do that? No, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try edit and continue with it. I think we're here. All right, so I want to say add new, like that. And then I want to come in and say button add.
Existing, was this what you were saying?
Yeah, hold on a second. Add existing. And this is going to be button add new sound effect. like that. And let's add a new animation. I think it's going to look like this. Yeah, I'm like just designing this all on the fly here as we're talking. Add new emitter. Yeah, here's my hope, by the way. My hope is, let's see, first of all, did that change? Nice. Okay.
I do love that.
Yeah, it's really nice. I can't create new event handlers for this, I think, unless I set a breakpoint on the add, then add them and change them. I bet I can do that. Hold on a second. Let's go. I really want to do this. I want to set new event handlers for these. I want to set a breakpoint here, and then I want to come click any one of these, and then I want to say, wait, what am I doing here? That's the weirdest thing. I didn't expect that. It says it might add a breakpoint here and there at the same time. What? And then this one went away. Did you see that? I was at a breakpoint.
That is somewhat strange.
Yeah, that's really super strange. Let's try it again. Add sound effect.
And now still breaking there.
I'm going to call that Breaking Bad, the new series. Okay, so I want to create a new, we're going to come in here and we're going to say add new sound effect like this. And let's copy that and paste it down here and add a new, here's what I should have done. I should have taken that, copied it, paste it down here, add new animation like that, and then come down and paste it one more time, add new emitter. That's the way to do it. Okay, what's going on with this stuff? Oh, I copied a second time. I see what I did. Okay.
So we've got code in place.
Yeah,
which is
now
legitimately there.
Now
Nothing's complaining about its existence so far, which
right.
is good.
So now I want to go back and fix it on the other side, which theoretically indicates that we should be able to add new ones if we're at a breakpoint, right? We shouldn't do it here, but I also, so by the way, CodeRushed has got a new feature that's coming out in the next release. It's a feature that we had in CodeRushed Classic we just brought over, which is the unit test builder, which while you're debugging, if say, for example, you're here and you don't like something's going wrong with the data coming in, you can create a new unit test for it. I think I may be able to do it here. No, I'm not seeing it up here and working, so it may not be up and running yet. But what it does is it figures out the data coming in, and it gives you a call to this function with that data, if it can get it. If it can get it, I think. And if not, it just gives you a call, and then you can specify it. But it gives you
nice.
It gives you a chance to say, what do I want to send to it? What do I want to assert check on? And then it goes away. The UI goes away, and you continue to debug. When you're done debugging, then it adds those unit tests for you after you're done, and brings you to them so that you can go take a look at them and modify them. So having said that,
getting the boilerplate done for you, so you can get to the actual meat of what it is you're doing, the testing or the coding.
Right, and so the reason I bring that up is that theoretically I could come in here while I'm running and say I want to change this right to whatever it is, and then look at that. It looks like it's going to work, by the way. And then what it could do is it could be like, well, you know what? We see that you're adding a new event handler and you're not broken. So what we're going to do instead is that we are going to, we'll remember this. And when the next time you're at a breakpoint, we're going to add these pieces in. So it could do that kind of thing for you.
Nice.
New sound effect, click. So now with those changes and our breakpoints here, let's continue to run this.
Let that run. It should pick up the XAML changes. We should have our new buttons. We can then press our new buttons and get into the new location.
And it looks like it's working. So we did that.
Excellent.
That's kind of fun. So it's a neat trick that you can do with Visual Studio. So you can actually set up new event handlers for new buttons. You just have to do it in this order. You have to have a breakpoint, create the events already. Or, actually, we didn't try this. There's one other thing that we should try. Let's kill this button, add new animation, and let's see if it works here. Let's go down here, see if we even needed to do that. And did it generate it? Yes. And can I set a breakpoint on that and then continue to run? And new animation. And we're setting. Yeah, so we can do that. We don't even need, all we need to do is if we're going to add click event handlers, we have to do it while we're at a breakpoint, not while we're running. Okay, so with that said, let's see. I want to do something like this. For a new animation, I want to know it's going to start from here. The seconds is going to be, I guess we'll say it's 1 second right there. We're going to say get the, let's do this. Let's extract that as a method right there. Get entry name. Nice method name. I like that, kids. Will Bennett says he's made out of particles. Genescu7 says, trust the effects. Will Emitter Bennett. Genescu7, good to see you out there. Glad you're with us today. All right, so get entry name is going to go there. And then we're going to say, let's see, what am I doing here? This is like all not quite fitting on one line. Let's try this, bring this down to another line here. So I'm adding a new effect entry with an effect kind. What's an effect entry? Let's refresh our memory. I see.
Well, yes.
We did this.
Quite.
Do you remember this? We did this a while ago.
I do. This is an effect entry is effectively a wrapper for the 3 different types of effect that we had, so that we could store all 3 at the same time. So that if you were to change its type partway through, so maybe you set 5 properties on it, and then hang on, I'll change my mind and make a second type. Then change your mind again. You could come back to the first type, having not lost any of the data because it was all packaged together in a single object.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how we used it before. Oh yeah, with our effect builder, we've got a load from item, which takes that effect entry in. Okay, cool. So this is going to be our new effect. Let's introduce a local for that. And call this new animation like that. And then I think we've got our effect. Do we have our effect builder actually named out here? It's not named. So let's give it a name. The XN template should give me that. And we'll call it, I'll call it effect builder. Is what I'll call it. Like that. And then we'll come over here and say effect builder dot load from, is that what it was? It's not liking it now, but it load from new animation. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on with Effect Builder? It doesn't see it yet, is what I think it's saying. Let's see what happens if I hit F10. No. Doesn't exist. I promise you, I just made it exist. All right, let's do this. Let's comment this out, step, and see if now it's back. Nope, still doesn't see it. Okay, I guess we're kind of, we're going to have to restart. That's what I think we're going to have to do. All right, so let's kill everything, I think. I'm going to kill every instance of Chrome here. I'm also going to go in, I'm going to try and manually start up Mr. Announcer Bot, and I'm going to try to manually start up the overlay manager as well. Okay. And see if we get any luck at all on that.
Awesome!
Okay, Will Bennett was fast with the awesome. That worked. Rory's out with the drone. So, okay. It feels like that is working now. That's good. I'm going to change this startup to be just the DHDM project. And so we have a little faster edit run compile time. What is it? Load from item. Okay. So we're going to do that. I feel like there's a lot of stuff we're going to be kind of playing around with here. I think there's a, on the effect builder, there's a on property changed kind of thing. Okay. By the way, Roy, I want to point this out. Take a look at this. So I don't know if this is because we fixed it or not, but right now, this is CodeRush's IntelliRush showing up. So I can tap control.
Indeed, yes.
And I can hit events. I'm calling attention to it because if it goes away, I want to
Yep.
make note of that. So
You can
maybe
definitely tell the tap control for options, and that does indeed bring up the extra panel. I like the feature, actually. It's a shame that it did go away that time. So let's see exactly how long hangs around.
yeah. Let me also do this. I want to see if hierarchy works. I've seen hierarchy not exactly work all the time. I want to go just in the effect builder and see what it has. Effect builder entries only, looking at events. That's the one I was looking for. Okay. Effect builder property changed. And okay, so there's our event handler for that. And is there a way, we have a load from item, but we don't have, the effect builder we wrote before we were really thinking about view models. And so I think what I'm going to, I'm not exactly sure. Let's see here. Do animation. The new animation is in there. Is in the timeline entry. I basically need a way when something changes to make sure we're changing the right thing is what we need to do. What I really want is like a data source or context on the effect builder is what I feel like I really, really, really need and I don't have. That's what I think I need. Let's build it.
Okay.
Let's add it. And
How do we go about doing that then?
well, that's a great question that you've just asked me, Rory. And I've got an idea. And my idea is that I make it, what do we call it? An effect entry is what I think it was. Effect entry. There it is
Yes,
right there.
One of those.
I'm going to just let's start by creating a property only of that type right here. And should I call it data context? Should I do that? It's really a very specific thing. I'm going to call it effect entry like that. Let's do that. And then if we do this, then from here, I want to say load from item. God, it was right there and it went away. Load from item, effect entry like that. And on property change, I don't think I actually need that here. Load from item, boom. Then what I want to do is whenever we've got a change in here, property changed, well, I'm all over the place. Hold on. Effect builder. So I'm not sure if I want to do this here yet. Hold on. I've got a lot of different calls in here. So let's drop a marker here and see if we want to come back and do this here. But I think, and let's go find my load. Serious lag? Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Why
I don't
is
know how
that?
it is for the viewers. I am simply behind as far as my view of everything goes. It seems fairly smooth, but it's delayed considerably relative to the chat anyway.
Yeah, I'm watching the speed go up and down. Internet speed test. Go. See what we got.
There's more of a hint to your provider than anything else, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like when I'm like, hey, so that's my download, which I don't care about. I'd like to just skip to the upload test. Genisco 7 shooting across. Yeah, that upload speed. Oh, there we go. See what happens, Rory? Do you see what happened?
Yeah. Start off with close to 1, maybe 2, and then look,
Yeah.
here we are, nearly 20. There we go.
I swear my internet provider's got software that checks to see if I'm out here. And when they do that, they stop throttling me. They're like, okay, we'll stop throttling you. I'm at 21 megabits per second. So I'm going to keep this up just in case.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. What I wanted to load from item, and then there is a save to item as well. Save to item. So pass in the effect entry, and we just specify all its values. So, which is totally cool. I'm okay with that. All right. So save to item, then we want to call whenever that effect entry is changed. And so I want to go back into that marker that I dropped, I think, right here, and basically say if effect entry is not null, then I want to say call save to item. What's the property name thing? I forget what that is. What's going on with that? This is the property that's being changed. I see what's happening here. Okay, and I've just got a couple. There's some optimization or choices that are being made. So if I change the effect kind, then we're going to do something very specific here. But if I don't, then we're just not doing anything specific. So I'm going to set that to null. I'm going to pass that in as null. So save to item, effect entry, pass in null right there. Like that. 2 minutes from the drop command to seeing it on screen. Oh no, Will Bennett. I'm so sorry, buddy. Yeah, it's slow today and I'm not sure why. I killed my VPN. It says I'm not connected to the VPN, but it does feel different and slow. I would agree with that. So now if it's not null, then we're going to call save to item on effect entry, which means all of the controls that are here are going to go back out to that effect entry, which also means now that we can, wait, is that where I want to be? I want to be in the group effect builder. I want to be able to say, instead of doing this, I want to say effect entry equals new animation. Like that. And then if anything changes in the effect builder, it should automatically change the animations piece. That should absolutely happen. The other thing that we want to do is we need an event handler for when the selection changes, which I'm not sure if we actually created or not. We should go look at that. When in here, I need a selection change event handler. Did I put that out there? Nope. We need that. So let's go to our timeline control, which is over here. View the code for that. Sorry, it's right behind the chat window, but I brought that up. And we need to make a change here. We need, let's do this. LB timeline entries dot selection changed plus equals LB selection changed, like that. Let's go drill into this, see what that type is. Let's grab that as well. And now I'm going to put this here like that. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to say dot invoke, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. Try one more time. Dot invoke. There we go. It's going to send those args right on up. What do we got here? What's wrong? Did I miss something? Object sender. So we're going to say this like that. And okay, I think we've done it. By the way, CodeRushed, by the way, Rory, I want this as a CodeRushed feature. I want to be able to, I think, be here.
Yeah.
I think. Or I want to be on, CodeRushed has already got this ability right here where for example, here, we can encapsulate a property on this, which means we can come into time span and start looking at, like, for example, seconds and then break that out, right? So if I do that, now it'll create this seconds property for me where it's just, grabbing it. If it's read only, it'll give me this. If it's read write, it basically is just putting a wrapper around it. I want to be able to do the same thing with that event for selection change. I want to be able to go from, look, if I've got a composite control, I want to take an event of one of the pieces inside and expose it. That's kind of what I want to do. And I want it to build this code.
You want to pick the control and be given a list of events and say, well, individually encapsulate these or re-expose these from this control effectively.
Will Bennett's asking for the lottery numbers for today. I'll need to check those. And I think I'm going to have to put them here. Hold on. Let's try 100, 99, 88, 21, 1, and 4. Okay. And Roy gave you a different set of those. The odds that both of us are right are exactly the same, I think. If you got 6 digits. Oh, Rory's got 7.
Both of us are right. They're exactly 0.
Yeah, they're pretty close to 0. Yeah, so hopefully he'll then hear those when they come out later. All right. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'd like to do something about that. Unfortunately, Will Bennett got it, and he's on it. And, yeah. Should we do a disclaimer?
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know Jack!
All right. So
this includes lottery numbers, folks. Sorry.
Where the truth comes out. People are like, no. All right. Where was I? Okay. So I want to do that. Anyway, so now we've got the selection changed event, and we've got this guy right here. Is that all we need to do? Let's go back into here and see if we now see it. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe I have to compile it. Let's compile it. Let's build it. So remote time control, rebuild. Let me do one other thing here, task list. I put the task list over here. It's a little pro tip right here. Hold on a second. Where is it? That's where I want it, right there. So I put it right behind the chat box so I can bring this up here so you see everything that I see in my Solution Explorer. That way I won't be down behind the chat window doing things and saying, here, look at this. All right, so now we've compiled. Now will we get it? I want to say yes. I'm expecting it to work. Selection changed. Okay, so now when the selection changes, now what we need to do here is update. We basically need to come in here like this. And grab this piece. We need to do something like this here, right? Like that. I'm going to just set a breakpoint there, make sure we get that event. We've got DHDM here as the running piece. Let's go ahead and run it. Build succeeded. Here's it's running, it's up on my other screen. Effect group, add new animation. There's a breakpoint.
Okay.
Run. Whoops, what happened? Unhandled. Timeline data is null. Get enter name, hold on. Here's my problem. All right, let's kill it a second. I want to just create a new instance of that. I did this. I wrote this during edit and continue. And I want to do this. Timeline data equals that. Or maybe better, let's do this so it's a little more readable and is right where we want it to be. So we're going to do this. Okay? So now we don't need that anymore and all our ads are going to work because then I don't have to copy code across all these other pieces. Okay, let's start it again. I'm going to redo my test over here while we're starting this up. See what's going on. Yeah, the download's fast. I want the upload speed. Okay, so here we are. Effect group, add new animation. Here we go. F10, F10, and now in effect entry, I want to set a breakpoint in here. And watch this. Load film entry, and now we're just going in here. It's an animation. So RB animation is checked, and then we're going to go in here. I hit F11. What? Yeah, fine. And now we're inside here. And then we're going through active. And then we can just see the rest of these things. So I'm going to go ahead and hit run.
It's all good.
Sure. I'm going to say it's all good. And now I want to change it to poof, which now it should have had a change. Let's add a new animation again. And when I add a new one, is it now selected or not? I'm not sure which one is selected. So I'm just going to run it. I'm going to clear the breakpoint here.
That's an interesting point, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we are. Let me set this actually, keep that breakpoint there so we see when that effect entry is. When I click, so now it says smoke. If I click here, will it say poof? We've got a selection changed. Sender is the timeline, and the timeline's got this data. That last parameter I passed in was the data. Wait, what? Oh, it's the entries. It's the timeline. We need the actual entries, what we need. What is it by chance in here? In the E? It's not. Guess who needs a selected item? Dang, I was hoping it would be one of these parameters that would be sent in. We could change that, I suppose.
A little strange for selection changed to not tell you what the selection is.
Yeah, I was kind of
you can
thinking,
get it from the sender's selection, right? If it's past tense changed, then it's already changed in the timeline, i.e. the sender object.
Yeah, but guess who didn't when he built the timeline didn't add a selected item property
that's
inside,
what you were just trying to say a minute ago.
Yeah, inside of the timeline. So guess who needs to do that? However, here we can fake it without CodeRushed. I'm gonna have to kill it. But what we can do, I mean, without that CodeRushed feature I was talking about before.
Yeah.
But what we can do is this. We can say list box, and give me 1 second here. What is it? It's LB item. What did I call this? Entries. I got to go inside here to get it. LB time entries. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to redeclare it here, like this. Then I'm going to go on here, hit the CodeRushed key, choose encapsulate property. Then I'm going to go find selection. Maybe can I type in selection here? There we go. Selected item. I think that's what I want.
I think so, yeah.
And then I'm going to do selected item like that. And then it does this, but that's okay. It's got this error, but that's just because I wanted to basically get it access to it here, because the same thing. I don't have the ability to encapsulate field. Maybe this is the feature we need, Rory. This is maybe the feature request here. This is actually super interesting. Is that here, if I've got a named control out here, I want to be able to right click or hit the CodeRushed key here and choose encapsulate property. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't have to do that trick we just did.
So you don't have to go in and declare something which you can then use as a sort of root object. You've got it here already, because it's just as discoverable in theory for CodeRushed anyway.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's just discoverability. Okay, so now we've got a selected item piece. So now let's go back and run it again. And we got our breakpoint still there. We'll do that same sequence again. My upload speed says it's 20 megabits per second, but Twitch is still like,
I'll refresh Twitch and see if maybe we can catch up.
Well, I mean, OBS is saying it's having a problem. Is what it's OBS. I don't think
see.
It's OBS is saying it's giving me a red signal, indicating that it's not great. Okay, effect group, add new animation. Whoops, sorry, I was on another screen, and I hit it. At any rate, we've got this breakpoint. Go ahead and run it. Let me just bring it up here so you can see what I'm doing. Add new animation again. There it is again. That makes sense. Click up here. Okay, and now we've got the sender. So we're going to say if sender is timeline. Is it timeline control? I thought it was timeline. No, that's the namespace, isn't it? Timeline, there we go. Okay, if sender is that, like that, then what we want to do is we want to say whoops, I had typed in timeline, I thought. Okay, then we want to type in this gets selected item. There's that piece. And then we want to say this is equal to that. Dot data. Oh, hold on.
Did we not change the type of it?
Yeah.
Is it object?
That's all right. Line control dot timeline entry. Entry. Then we're going to come down there and say effect builder dot entry dot data.
Hey.
Getting closer. Hold on. And Jesus, line is getting long. Entry dot data is effect entry. And now we're going to call that effect. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, there's that line. Then we're going to say it's equal to effect. Holy cow, let's see if we get in there. Boom, boom, we got there. Nice. Okay, cool. So that means, and then we're in here. Good. That means, I cleared that breakpoint. That means now, and we've got, that means that now if I take this effect and change it to poof, and click up here, it should change to back to smoke, and then back here to poof. Nice.
Hey, it's working. We like working code.
Awesome.
The theory was good, as proven by the practice, which worked.
That worked.
That totally worked. Excellent. Mr. AnnouncerBot says,
Unbelievable.
okay, he says that too. All right.
He's got such faith in us. That's what it is.
He does. All right. So, okay. So that's super, super flippin' cool. By the way, I think I want to add another right-click menu here to rename.
That would
And
make sense.
the reason why is because this is holding a name. It's got to display something. And I could also have like an event that says on renamed if I wanted to connect it to anything else, or we could just use that when it's time to stream that piece out. But I think I want to do that. I want to add a rename option here. Holy cow, I can do it while I'm running. I am such a fan of this feature that I just discovered. It's like 2 years old apparently. But here we go. Let's go look
It's really hard to know everything though, isn't it? You know, there's always bits being released. And
Right.
here we are, what are we, less than a week from another version of Visual Studio. And surely there will be even more features.
It is not my fault, Rory.
That's what we're saying.
Wait, what's going on here? What's this saying? What's this error? XAML edit and continue to find any elements to update. Is that because it's a menu that's not up? And I have to do, it's going to go away as soon as I come back over here. Yeah, I think for some reason we're not going to be able to do this. All right. So, all right, doesn't matter. I'll kill it now.
I love that. We're just done praising the feature. The feature decides
The feature says mark, no. We're going to call this rename. Okay, this is the worst menu. This is the worst. Okay, this also I don't like. I want coders to fix this. I'm hitting F2 to rename here, and it says, yeah, you can't do that. And yet, somehow, if I jump over here into the code and I hit the same key, it's like, okay, sure, fine. You can do that, right? So we're going to be, this is going to be a set duration, click, like that. Tab to next reference works. See what I'm saying? I want CodeRushed to fix that. CodeRushed should be smart enough to fix that, even if Visual Studio does not. SNV says hello. We're lagging. Sorry, I'm in the past. Gave him yesterday's. We're that far in the past? I thought we were only a couple seconds in the past.
Well, it was 2 minutes, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know what to do when I'm lagging. I don't have a good idea. You know, does it really make sense to restart?
On the stream, you're currently writing the rename menu. So actually, I think it has improved.
Okay. All right. Well, It's a couple.
Give
It's
it
definitely like
45
about
seconds.
yeah.
Maybe a minute.
It's about a minute behind. I'm so sad about that, kids. Yeah, you and I, Rory, are actually living in the future right now, literally.
Isn't
Okay.
it glorious? You guys are going to love it when you get here.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's not bad. It's not all the bad things that were happening in the world. They're done. They're gone.
Oh, I wish.
Brexit has been totally resolved. Trump said it was his fault. He resigned. Everything is okay in the world.
Can I come over to your future? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Gore and Hillary Clinton are both president right now. So and so is Barack Obama. It's like a triumvirate of I don't even know what triumvirate means. I just know it starts with the sound tri. And
This is obviously applicable. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what's going on over here. Hopefully you'll catch up. Otherwise, I'll join you tomorrow or Tuesday at our regular time again, and things will be back to miserable. This is going to be rename.
Wow.
You know what? I don't want to do rename right now. I want to do this later. But what I think I want the rename to do is I think I wanted to do inline the rename. So there's no modal UI, pop-up UI. Maybe. I kind of want to do that. The only downside to that is that it's possible for the name to be off screen. Then what do? I have to detect that, make sure it's on screen. It's kind of a hassle to do. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. So there's my rename. Click there. Okay, so I wanted to do a rename. I've got those now. I've got it so that let's view the designer here so I can kind of trigger my memory in terms of what I want to do. We've got those so that we can now set those there. We have the timing is all set up automatically for us. We now really just need to make these buttons functional as well. I want to do one other thing. I want to add some padding, I think, to these controls because I don't like how, I'm not sure how this is. I'm going to say padding and I'm going to say 3, 0, 3, 0, like that. Let's change that to 5 in there. And let's do selection increase and let's add that for all of these guys like this. There's the padding there. There's the padding there. There's the padding there. And there's the padding there.
It's the little things, isn't it, that make things just so visually appealing, less abrasive, just more pleasant to operate with.
Yes, exactly. This is why Rory's here. Rory is here exactly for this reason. Okay, so I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to go down in here to new emitter. And we're going to come in here and say, we're going to say the new emitter is the effect kind dot emitter. Like that.
Wow, that was quick.
Is that our only change? If that's our only change, then we are going to...
we're going to refactor the two together and make it so that there's a singular thing we can do.
Extract method here, create a new effect, like that. Let's come in here, grab this person right here. Do I have a nothing on that? Let's see if I select it.
Highlights, maybe. I'm sure we had that.
Yeah, we don't here in this, and we have Visual Studio's introduced here. I can do a local constant. Let's do that. Get rid of the word here. Get rid of that word. I want to rename this to effect kind, like this. Actually make it lowercase. And now I want to hit the CodeRushed key and choose promote to parameter. No promote to parameter. What if I do this? Wait. Why is that not there? I don't understand that. If I split initialization from, I don't see promote to parameter, Rory.
It's gone. It should be there. I use that all the time.
All right. Can you?
That's going on the list.
Can you put that on the list? Let me remove this type qualifier right here for a second. Let's see if it was type qualifier. No. Promote to parameter is not here. I do have like a local build. That should totally do it. Fix it. It's not. So I'm going to fix it manually, I guess. We're going to do this and that. And then we're going to come down here. And this is going to be animation. This is what it's like to code by hand. Okay. And then we need one more for creating a sound effect. Create a sound effect. Now, I want to do something. I think what I want to do here, this is kind of crazy, but what I want to do this is I want to create a new sound effect, grab a file, find out how long it is, and then adjust the time, the time span. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure we have everything in place to do that. So that's what I'm going to focus on next. So let's do start. And where are you? Still compiling. There's the build. Successful. Yeah, I totally suspect that if I shut down the stream, probably maybe rebooted my machine, I'm not sure, restarted it, it would be like, oh, restarted OBS. I almost believe, so let's see if, hold on a second. Do I have options here for I'm in OBS software right now. I want to see if I can,
So Will Bennett's asking, couldn't we have done add parameter instead? It's not quite the same
yes.
thing. Effectively.
No, I should have actually done it. I realized afterwards that add parameter could have gotten me a little bit closer. But what I was really just trying to do is what it would have done if we had a promote to parameter, use that, it would have then passed this in everywhere it existed because that's what it was.
Alter the call sites as well as the method that we were in,
it was shorter.
Is a nice thing.
Yeah, it was shorter to go with promote to parameter. Let me just try this. Oh, we're running. I was going to see, is it because it just wasn't making sense to me why the promote parameter wasn't available. Okay, effect group. Add new sound effect. So here we go. I'm going to clear my breakpoint and just trust that this is going to, whoops, that's an animation I added. Hold on. Guess who messed that up? That was me. Try again. Add new sound effect. Sound effect like that. Boom. And we still have to send the data over via Signal R along with the timing data. And we have to build something in TypeScript to launch these off at the right times, right? It's all crazy new stuff that we're going to be doing today. You know, not sure how I'm going to do any of this yet. I haven't really given much thought to anything. Okay, one more time. So add sound effect. There's my sound effect. Now I want to come in and grab a file. And let's say we grab that, and here, this action right here is what I want to do to change this. So let's first see if we've got I think property changed. This is going to be the deal right there. That's going to fire when I click open on this. Nice. Okay, so if that's the case, now I want to do this. I want to say
test the property that's being altered. Make sure it's the right piece.
Yeah, if sender is an effect builder, and effect builder dot effect kind equals effect kind dot sound effect.
Yep.
Then I want to come down here and I want to say adjust duration selected entry duration, and then I want to pass in let's see here, effect builder dot sound effect. Wait, effects, what is this inside? Oh, it's entry, effect entry dot sound effect, there it is, dot sound file name, and I need something here that says get duration. I'm not going to be able to do this without it and continue. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a something else. Get sound file duration. There's my sound file name, which, by the way, is that it is not the full path. And we're going to need to figure that out. So let's do this first. Declare method, get sound file duration. That's going to return back in seconds, time in seconds, I think. TTS, maybe a time span. Let's do that. And then we're going to say return, just time span 0. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We're going to say return time span 0. And then we're going to come in here, declare this function right now. And that's the duration. And we're going to have to do some sort of deal here. Let's at least try to make this part work. To do that, we're going to go to LB. Nope. What are we calling our... I'm totally forgetting what we've called it out here. TL effects is what we called it. Okay, so TL effects dot selected item. I think we want to do this. If that is a...
Timeline entry?
yeah, I think that's right. And guess who...
Which it needs to be namespaced in the control, yeah.
Guess who forgot to, bring that in now? Are we running? We're not. We are running, so I can't take care of that. If that's the case, timeline entry like that. Then we're going to say timeline entry dot duration equals duration. Okay. So now.
Yep.
We should at least set it to 0, and then its minimum value should pop it back out to 0.1.
Yes.
What's going on here? This is expected. Okay. I agree with that error.
Probably a fair comment.
I will allow that error. All right. So we do that. I just wait, did we just not get on this line of code? I'm not sure about that. Let's come back up here. Nope, we're not getting on the line of code. Sender is an effect builder. An effect builder dot effect kind. Oh, it's an animation.
Animation.
Okay. So let's change our breakpoint to here.
If it's an animation, how did we get the sound file UI?
You're right. We got a problem. We got a problem. What's going on with effect kind? So effect builder dot effect kind is not being updated.
I guess.
So I think we have a bug in our load from. That's what I think. I think effect kind is not being set in load from. And let's see if that's the case. That's in effect builder. Let's go to the code. Let's go find load from.
There's a call to it right there.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So load from item.
Right, so it tests effect kind of the incoming idea, and then, but on the basis of that, it sets various checked objects, but it does not set, well, is the effect, so we're saying load effect, but are we assigning that to anything?
Yeah, I think what I want to do is I want to set it here. Is what I want to do. And not set it in load from item. Because of problems I'm remembering elsewhere. So wait, where is hold on a second. Let me go down here. Yeah, it's right there. Effect kind equals, why is it saying that's a type? Okay, there we go. Just changed it. All right, good. I was like, is equal to effect entry dot effect kind. I want to set it here. And I think this is going to be the best solution to this. I know it's a little bit like, wait, what? But let's try that. And now we are on sound effect and we're at animation. So now it changes it to sound effect. Okay, good. And
we're into the right line.
Now we're in
Good.
here, which is better. Adjust
Getting the
duration.
duration tells us there's our visualizer debugger telling us that it's 0 length.
All right, good. And it went
And they're the readjustment.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so good is kind of what's going on here. We lost the sound file, is that right or no? Hold on a second. Let me, property changed. We're doing this anytime the property is changed.
Right, so we're not testing which property is being changed. We're just saying you're changing something on a sound effect.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. Because there's not a lot that we're going to be, there's the only thing that we're going to be changing on a sound effect is the name of it, right? So, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay, so we click here. This must be a sound effect too. I see, it's a sound effect as well. That, and so as I click, it goes to 0 because it's saying it's changed because I'm assigning it. We can do one more thing to kind of suppress this right here. Where's my selected item changed here? Selection changed. Let's do this right here. And so now when I select, I want to come in here and I want to say loading internally is equal to true. And let's declare that as a field. Remember, Rory, I want the field right up there. Remember we talked about that yesterday. I want that to be the second one.
That's already been sent off.
Thank you, sir. That's because you're awesome. And then I want to select this, hit the letter F to give me a try finally, and then SF to set that to false. And so then the last thing I want to do in the property change is I want to do INX right here. If not loading internally, then return. And there we go. And so now we should only see this when we're actually changing it, not when we're clicking around. What? What? Sorry, that's mine.
Internally.
My bad. It should be if loading internally, return. Okay, sorry about that. All right, I did the wrong template up at the
Minor
top.
technical issue.
All right, that was a user problem. All right, let's just bring these out again. And so now click here, now click here, now click here. No, big deal. Come in here, change it. And now with the change, we should be at the breakpoint. Why do we? Oh, because I did this. Okay, try one more time. There's the breakpoint one more time. Click here, click here, click here, click here. Come in here. Let's change it to that. Go. Now we're going to adjust
Now we're
it.
in there.
Okay, so cool. I'm going to kill this. And now we're going to figure out how to get the length of a wave file. File C#. Okay, so we got that. Anything else?
Are you opposed to external libraries?
Everybody else is like, whoa, 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 look at this. Holy shit. Holy cow, look at this. 18 for this accepted answer, then 0, 0, 2, 29.
Yeah, that's more or less. I've got another one recommending N audio as well.
Right?
It's a pretty minimalistic effect, and I think that can be trusted.
Genescu7 says faster now, seems on delay, so the lag is less now, Genescu7.
When I checked, yes, we were down to seconds, and actually the stream has you highlighting things on the screen that we're actually looking at, so we cannot be that far behind. Looking good.
All right. I'm still getting like kind of yellow-orange warnings from OBS saying, you know, your caution. You're okay. So let's grab N audio and let's bring it in here. Where is my group effect builder? Is that over in UI? D&D UI. So that's in my D&D UI right here. So manage NuGet packages and browse, grab N audio. I think that's it.
That's the one.
Let's hit install. Yep. Successfully installed. Okay, cool. Next, let's go back to, let's close that down, group effect builder, and get sound file duration is kind of where we need to be. Let's take a look at the code. I wonder if we need a special kind of reader for WAV files versus MP3s, because this is an MP3 coming in here.
I have another one that says MP3 file reader, but basically the same interface. Other
Nice.
than that,
Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do something like this. If, what is it, path dot extension, get extension. What path is this?
that's the different type of path, isn't it? WPF path, shapes and so forth.
There we go. Thanks. Yeah, I was like,
System IO file.
I know.
stuff,
I'm totally like looking at this like, what are you doing? Okay. I've got that. What don't we also have? Get extension? By the way,
Yep.
notice it's still, as we're bringing this up, it's still CodeRushed. So it looks like we may have fixed this.
This is good.
This was a Visual Studio 2019 issue that we were having. Get extension, sound file name. What's going on here? Turns the extension specified string. All right, you know what I want to do? I want to do a big, fat, comment all of this out. Wait, hold on. Do I want? Yeah, I'm going to use system path get extension. What? Let's just comment all this out for now. I want to do this with data while I've actually got the file here. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here.
We don't actually have the full file name. Remember, we have a file. Well, sorry, we have the file name, but not including a path.
Right. You know, let's go look at that
So-
because it's because somehow I've hard coded that out there. Here we go. That's what I did. Very, very bad.
Okay.
Bad mark. Okay, so we're going to at least be less bad, and we're going to come up here. We're going to make this a public constant. Is what we're going to do. Is this where this it probably shouldn't go here. We're in public, read only, like that. Sound folder. Are you laughing over there, Rory?
I just have this wonderful thing in my head where it says, so we've got this horrible hard-coded fact, which we really shouldn't use. So the first step will be to make it public and available to more things.
Rory? Nobody's asking you. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So you were here to be quiet and not say anything the
Okay.
whole time.
Yes, sir.
Just like you did when you left the other day. All right. So now we're going to use that. The sound folder from Effect Builder. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it could go in a better place. But let's for now do this. Let's also say, put a big fat hack up here. For goodness sakes, kids, don't do this. All right. By the way, this is a cool CodeRushed feature here. If you have a comment that has the word hack in it, or I think bug, like that, it'll give you special colors for those. Same thing with the to-do. I think my to-do is kind of a blue, so it's not too different. But you can set all those colors out there individually so that you can do that. We also have, I
It really
think,
does help them stand out in some decent ways, because you're far more concerned about sort of the bad things that are hacks than maybe a to-do feature you haven't quite got around to.
yeah.
This stinks!
Yeah, it does. I'm going to go with...
And of course, we can embed images to declare exactly how badly it stinks as well, as we've shown before.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to see something cool, Rory? Cool new feature that we're working on?
Always.
This
Go on,
is
then.
a cool new feature. So I don't know if you've heard about something called LaTeX. LaTeX is a way of essentially formatting documents and specifically for formatting formulas. So
Okay.
if I want to create a
So like
formula,
mathematic formulas,
mathematic
multiplications,
formulas, yeah. So check
sum-ons,
this out.
stuff like that.
Right, so I'm going to type in a / for comment, then the letter F for formula. And it's going to give me the beginnings of a LaTeX formula. And then now I'm going to come in and do something in here. Like, let's say we want to do the square root of -1. Okay, something along those lines. So I'm going to type in a template here, /SQ. And then I'm going to hit the space bar. And then I'm going to type in -1 right here for the value. And I'm going to hit enter. And then there's...
Ooh,
Pretty cool, huh? Let's
that's
say
pretty nice.
I want to divide by that, okay? So I'm going to select this, cut that to the clipboard. I'm going to now type in \F for fraction. And the numerator is going to be 1, maybe. And the denominator is going to be, I'm just going to paste that in.
Over the square root of 1.
Yeah, and then I'm going to move away from it, and there you can say. So we basically got LaTeX support, and that's coming. Should be coming in the next release, which is days away. There are, however, I went through it in detail yesterday, and I found a number of things I wanted them to change. However, let me show you one other thing that's kind of cool. Greek letter. Call out a Greek letter to me.
Alpha.
Okay, so .a, like this, will get you a reference to the alpha. So
nice.
check it out. So you can get the Greek letters. So it's a quick way to enter the formulas and then display them in a comment. And just like we have with the with other rich comments, if we put a backtick right here, we'll get rid of these delimiters when we leave the line, and it
That's nice.
and reparses it. There you go. So you've just got this formula out there in your code, which may be useful for describing what's going on. Okay?
Excellent.
All right. So I want to say we have full support for everything in LaTeX formulas. We do not, but we have support for a lot of stuff there, including vectors and unions and subsets and integrals, products, all kinds of things, sums, all of those things. The common pieces are all out there. We don't have, we're missing some of the uncommon pieces, but it's all there. You can also, by the way, let me undo this a second. I haven't actually tested this or played with this, but I should be able to also do something like this to change the font size. I'm forgetting what I need to do for font size on this. I wonder if I have to actually specify like gray, semicolon, white. I need to double check all of this. Like this. Is that going to do it? No. I'm not remembering the syntax. It might be commas. No, no, and no. It's something like this, and you can change and control the font size.
But the LaTeX stuff is snazzy enough as it is. I mean, that's
yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, it's very nice, much clearer to read than a very long line of code, right?
Yeah, I think it totally can be, and especially for people that are doing math and integrating them in. Having the formulas nicely readable and visible is very cool. And because it's LaTeX, right? If I don't want to say I didn't want this to be alpha, but I want it to be like my var name, I could do that as well. Right, and there
right.
You've got it, right?
So now you can bridge the gap. It's not just so very mathematical or scientific stuff does, as you say there, go with like Greek letters and stuff like this. But if you've got just common English or whatever language you're coding in for that matter, phrases and variable names, it becomes so much clearer. You can have the expansive name, you can have the contracted version if you like, whatever suits you in code.
It's super cool, right? So you notice I just raised that to a power. Right? Being able to describe, what's happening in a formula and actually putting powers on your variable names like this, in my opinion, makes it much easier to read. Same thing with square root, right? If I want to say, let's divide by the square root of, or maybe not square root, let's do an n root. So an n root is /nr, like that. And then I'm going to say, let's make the cube root, and of var2, whatever that is, going to be like that. And whoops, and then get out there, and there you can see what that looks like. This,
That's
by
nice.
the way, that 3, I'm told the guys I want it moved over just a little bit right over here. So but anyway, cool stuff. Oh, by the way, the other thing you can do, which is kind of cool, is I should be able to do with a subset too. I think I have to put a space here though. And if I do that, it does a 2 that's a little lower there. Do you see that right there?
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's like a sub version of it.
Subscript, I think.
Subscript, yeah, like that. Anyway, so that's, and actually let's just do this, see if we have a bug here. I think we have an arguable bug in that, I wonder if we can do that to get the underscore there as being part of it. Nope, doesn't like that. Okay, so you can't do a variable name that's got an underscore in it. That's not going to work apparently inside of here because underscore has a special meaning in the formula. We don't have a way to support that yet. We might add that later if there's feedback on this for what people want to do. But yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff here, right? And as big as you want in terms of the formula going out. So that's kind of cool feature coming out. All right. Let's try to get back into where we were. So we've got a sound folder. We've got we've got our breakpoint in over here for get sound duration. Let's go ahead and run it.
Yep.
Double underscore no escape character. Will, I don't know. I need to double check it. I've just started playing with it this week. And I just realized we are going to have that error. Rory, can you send me a note, just a reminder on the underscore? Just
Yeah,
all you
no
have to do is
problem.
send me a single email with the word underscore and formula or something in it, and I'll
Sure.
remember to make sure. I just want to make sure I get that out to those guys. Okay, so here we go. Let's add a new sound effect. Get sound file duration, sound file name, nothing. So I'm going to say, let's do that. If ts dot is null or white space, yeah, then we're going to basically say return time span 0, and we're out. And boom, let's set a breakpoint here. Keep running. Okay, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to say, let's get the blood squirting impact. What's its duration, by the way? Do we have it here? The length is 1 second, is what it shows
Okay.
it as. Okay, so we'll see what that is, what we get. Now we're in here. Now we've got an MP3. Now I'm going to come in here. If get extension on this is equal to, and I always forget what this is. Is it going to put it? I think it's going to do this .mp3, but I'm not sure. So I actually want to.
We need to also pass the sound folder in addition to that, otherwise it will be grabbed. Well, mind you, I suppose we're just doing text manipulation, so it shouldn't matter for this one.
Yeah. But
You're correct.
good point in terms of that. So let's.
You can highlight that and just get the answer.
I'm
Mind
just going to
you,
hit.
anyway,
I'm just
so
going to hit
yeah.
F10. I'm just going to
Going
do
on
it.
faith. It's
So
good.
there we go.
And you're
Okay.
right.
So now we're going to get something like this. We're going to call
Mm-hmm.
this an MP3 file reader.
I think that was it. Yes.
Sweet.
And you'll need that changed on the left-hand side as well. Yep.
And let's give this a name
So
that makes
this
sense.
is the point where we will need the sound folder and the sound file name.
And then we're going to come in here and we're going to use that, which is, what did I delete it? No, I didn't. It's right up there. That's the
in the
comment,
comment,
I
yeah.
added right there. Let's do this. Let's do sound file, no, file name. We'll just call it file name, full path,
Yeah.
like that, is equal to sound folder, sorry, no, path.combine.
Whoa.
Note the time that was an exception out there.
Yep.
Combine path dot. Why don't I have? Oh, it's system.io.path. Sorry. Second time I got caught by that. All right. Combine. And my sound folder with my sound file name.
Yep.
What's going on with sound folder?
Huh.
It's not even. It's. What's going on with this? I don't understand this. It's a read-only
That's
string.
effect builder, public read-only string.
That looks good to me. Whoa, I don't even get this. What's this error for? It's not
Oh,
telling me
hang
when I
on.
hover.
So, no, it's not a constant. It's not shared. Static.
Oh, Jesus. That's it. Fine. Thank
There we
you.
go.
Yeah. Thanks, Rory. I don't know why Visual Studio wasn't telling me when I was hovering over that. Okay. We're in edit continue. I don't think I can make that change, but I think it's going to say you can't do it. But
In any
like
case, you
this.
can go over that. Yeah.
so that's the code there. And then we're going to say return the MP3 file reader. Is total time a double? I bet it is. Oh, no, it's a time span. Perfect. Okay, cool. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say if it's .wave.
Mm-hmm.
If the readers have the same interface, you can create a generic method that takes the reader, so you don't have to duplicate the code. You can just use the interface instead of the concrete
Yeah.
class. Let's go see.
Just
Wave
check.
stream. I'm going to say it doesn't have it. Does it? Oh, wait. Total time is in wave stream. It's in wave stream. It's an abstract class is what it is. So what's an iWave provider? Yeah, so not that. But we can do that as a so that the question is now, is this my method that I extract, or is it just this? And this is so simple to me. I'm almost like, all right, fine, I'm going to do it. Let's extract it out. I think this is...
Are you saying there is or is not an interface in common?
There's a ancestor class that's abstract in common, so we could create a generic
So
method
you could,
and
well, you
type
don't
it.
even necessarily need to do that. You can make a variable of type that interface and then assign it to a calculation, one of
Well,
the
the
two possibilities.
oh, right,
At which
right.
point then take the
Right.
total time of the interface.
Right. Yeah. So let's just do that. We'll just do it for now. So we say get audio file time like this. And then we're going to say, we're going to pass in a T, where T is that ancestor class. Hold on. I know, it doesn't like it when I do this. That's the only problem with edit with generic methods is you can't do it during edit and continue. It's like, no, all right, so we're going to go to WaveStream. WaveStream is the class I want because that's got the total time that I need in there. So we're going to say, so this is going to be of type WaveStream, and then we're going to say new T here, and then we're going to say T here. I think this is what you were talking about, Rory. And we're going to just call this the file reader. And I'm seeing chats in the comments right here. Wave readers. Or whatever the .wave reader is named. I'm looking at Will's comments. I think we're wait, why isn't this working here? Can I go? Oh, because it does not have the new constraint. I don't like the fix on this. Wait. Is there an alternate for constructor that I can just pass in the name later? There is. There's an alternate constructor here. And let's go back to this. File name. I'm looking for the file name somewhere. I think I'm asking for trouble, is what I'm feeling. Yeah. I don't think we can do this without more work that I don't want to do, is kind of what I'm looking at. Because the wave reader doesn't take that file path. I think the problem is these constructors do very specific things, and we have to call them passing it in, and I don't know how we call them from as a generic coming in. I think I tried to do this once before, and as I recall, I had to use a reflection to make the call. There's something with some really crazy stuff. Rory is helping you.
Miller!
To be fair, it may still be a little bit of overkill. But I'm calculating which constructor to run in a ternary operation and assigning it to something of the interface's type. So you just call total time on the result.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, sure, we can do that. Fine.
I don't think it's a lot less, to be honest.
No, it's better. It is better. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with that. Let's do that because that does give benefit, and it is a I totally get it. In fact, I realize now that Will was suggesting I think this maybe a little earlier. So we're going to change this to our file reader like that. And I'm going to split initialization from declaration, pop this up here. And then I'm going to come down here and we're going to do file reader here. Get rid of that. And set this to null up at the top here.
And you haven't quite got the right extension in your wave version. It's just .w at the moment.
Perfect. Good job spotting that. And then we want to basically come down here and say if it's null, then I'm going to return.
Yep.
Let's do one other thing. I don't like this 0 time span that we're setting because we're setting that duration. We are actually not checking to see if it's over the min or not. And so what I want to do is this, is I want to create a new variable of type time span. I'm going to call this the min duration. I think the min or default duration maybe, like that. And I'm going to set that equal to TTS dot from seconds of 1. So we're going to set it as 1 second as the default duration. That means now if we have any problems, we're going to return it there. If it's null, we're going to return that as well, like that. And then down there, we're going to return this. Holy cow, I think we did it.
Looks good.
It's not bad. It's better. I'm going to remove these block limiters here and here. And it feels better to me. It feels better. Let's do one other thing. Let's clean this up too. Let's introduce a local for all of those. And we're going to call that the file extension. This is a nice little lesson on cleanup, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I could also use full path. I think I'm going to use full path instead of sound file name because I think otherwise you get the question, why are you using sound file name here and not your full path? It's kind of like once we switch, we go from sound file name to full path. I don't want to see sound file name anywhere else below it. Okay. Okay. So we got our full path, all of that. I feel like we got a shot at this working now.
Yeah.
Yeah, says Rory enthusiastically.
Absolutely. Huge chance. In fact, chance has nothing to do with it. It's
Oh,
all skill.
look at Will. File reader or total time or dot total time or default. Oh,
So if the file reader is null, if it's not null, it gets total time, otherwise default.
I did not know there was an that or there. I'm not familiar with that syntax that Will just put down there. That's looking very cool to me. Let's take a look at this. So effect group. Let's create a new sound effect. Okay, I think we're going to return our default duration, which is now 1 second. Okay, I'm going to set a breakpoint.
We'll have to modify that then, because our actual file is going to be 1 second. We won't be able to tell if it worked.
I got a breakpoint. We'll see what happens.
I guess we're in there. Yeah, okay.
Plus, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
And then let's go in here and grab that. This is 1 second. What's this one? That's 1 second. 1 second. They're all 1 second.
Seeing a pattern.
I have a feeling we're going to get more detailed data here than 1 second. I don't think it's going to be rounded to a second. So let's go through, step and through. Here we go. Here's the full path, MP3. Get that. File reader, we've got one assigned. I want a big fat else here, is what I want.
Yep.
Just for optimization. Now, if we're null, we're not. And then we're going to go down. See, look at that. 1.25.
Fourth. Yep.
Rock and
Very
roll.
nice.
Look at that, Rory. It's as if we are geniuses. All right, so let's do that one more time.
It's a good impersonation, right?
I'm going to change this to here, right, like that. I'm going to come in. I'm going to grab another one of these effects, and hopefully now without a breakpoint, and it just updates it to the right
Sweet.
size. The other thing I want to do is I want to lock it. Because this is a WAV file, I want
not be able to change it outside of the definition that the file supplied you with.
Yeah. I want to lock it. Let's run it. And then we're going to say, we're down on this one. Oh, no, wait, this one. Wait, we've got scroll open on each one? That doesn't make sense. We have a bug, and I want to throw up. It's not a good bug. It's not a good bug at all. All right, scroll open. This is on the new one. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm not happy about this bug. Let's do this. Blood squirting for this one. Let me at least lock it here. I'll do that piece right there. Get total sound file duration. That's coming in right here. And I guess we'll set a breakpoint there because I want to actually add block delimiters here. And I want to come in and I want to say, let's do this. Let's do a add parameter, and we're going to pass in true here. And we're going to say, oh yeah, it doesn't like it when we add parameters. Okay, hold on. There's a workaround for that though too. I'm pretty sure. Can I do this? and make it be lock like this, lock timeline. I think that's the workaround for it. And then I can come over here and pass in a true because I want to lock it. And then I can bring back up to here. Look at that. That totally worked. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're here. We step in. Yeah, no. And get sound file duration. We're going to jump out of there, jump in. And now we're in here. We're locking it. And now I want the timeline entry dot duration is equal to that, and dot duration is locked is equal to lock timeline. Okay?
Yep.
Are we good? And now it's true. Yeah. And I almost feel like we should delete this. We should be able to delete that as well, but I don't think we can. I think that we're going to get it. So that's how you can use edit and continue to add a parameter to something, even though Visual Studio tells you you can't do it in edit and continue. Nice. All right. So now I just want to see what's happening here. Are we in fact changing this blood squirting? Okay. Something seemed to be scroll open. Let's make that one scroll slam and run it. Just run it. Okay. So now we've got the three, but it's not locking them. Oh, it is.
Well, only the one that you've just set.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because it's gone through the routine. That's you've only just allocated the file to it in that particular case.
Yeah, but look at we've got this. We have this bug. I want to look at this bug, but I don't. It's not a happy bug for me. We've got all the data here again, and let's try one more time. I just want to come in here, change this. Scroll open for the first one. Okay. Yeah, and as soon as I come down here, it's this one changes, but not that one.
Huh.
Selected item. So if I am on this one, I change that to scroll close. There it's updated. Yeah, and this one up here changed. And the bottom one changed too. Yeah, I think there's a problem here with these pieces that are out here. Also, they've got these floating adornments, but I think that's because we've hit breakpoints as I've been clicking them.
Possibly so, yeah.
So if I close this down, let me try running it one more time. Yeah, these kinds of bugs I hate. I hate debugging these.
Probably a good time to point out I am going to need to go fairly soon.
Okay.
Next couple minutes, I would think.
Will Bennett says, ooh, I'm thinking JavaScript should be. You can also alias system.io.path. Oh, yeah, I can do that. You're right. I can do system.io.path as a using. That's actually a good idea. Let's do that too. I want to just go back in here and soak in the misery of this bug.
All right, bud.
You got to go?
I have to go now, mate.
All right, buddy.
I'll leave you to soak in the misery, and I'll catch you on Tuesday.
All right, but it's just going to be me soaking in the misery, Roy. Thanks so much, buddy. We'll see you on Tuesday. All right, bye. Okay, Roy. Good job, Roy. Roy, thanks to Roy for helping us out. Add one more sound effect here. Yeah, it just comes right in with that. I think you meant to click yes on that dialog. I'm not sure what dialog you're talking about. So yeah, this part is not good here. We have got some kind of pollution is what seems to be happening from one entry to another. And I think it might have something to do with adding an existing. Let's see. Well, no, maybe not, because we saw the problem happen elsewhere too. Let's go in here. Let's say scroll close is the second one. So that's scroll close. And also notice I can adjust these even though they should both be locked. And if I try to adjust them, it now becomes locked, which is interesting. So I think let's fix that problem because I want to see that update itself immediately. So if we go to the timeline and we go to the property, which is duration locked. All right, let's just use CodeRushed to get us there. Duration locked. Oh, I thought for sure we had that in here. Oh, it's not in TimeLine. It's in TimeLine entry, though. Hold on a second. It's not finding it from here. That's what I'm looking for right there. Hold on one more time. I just want to... Yeah, we're looking through the solution. All right, hold on. Rory's gone. I got to make a note to myself here on this. Enter time 12:44. Duration. Search for duration locked. Did not find it. So I want the devs to look at that. Okay, so duration locked. We are doing a property change on duration locked. Let's go see in the TimeLine XAML what that visibility is connected to. It's connected to can resize. So what we want to do is we want to do you need a property changed here for can resize is what we need here. It looks like we're still running. Let's add a new sound effect. All right, here we go. Now I can come in here. What's going on? Why is it not allowing? Oh, there we go. Can resize. Like that. And that should fix it. So now when we set it, so we come down here and we say, we set it, scroll whoosh, there, it changed and fixed it. And so we now have that automatically off to the side because we have that piece going there as we want it to go. All right, so scroll whoosh is there, scroll close, and this open. Let's change this, and I'm going to see this problem all over again because we haven't fixed it yet. Weapon impact. Yep. It's like it's changing. It's like it doesn't understand the selected item. And I'm wondering if that's the case. So what we need to do is, I think we need to debug this, we need to set a breakpoint on selection changed. I'm going to just close this whole thing down because I want to clean up this function too. Get rid of this one because we don't need this anymore. So I want selection changed. And let's set a breakpoint right there for that. Just trying to rename this. We also have system IO path. Using IO path. And then now we should be able to tab next reference to those and clean those up. Okay, that was one of the suggestions Will gave us.
Will Bennett rocks.
And
He's awesome.
And is that the cleanup I wanted to do? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go run it. Wait, there's one other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to, when we were assigning the entry of this piece right here, the effects entry, I want to set breakpoints here and see what was going on there, because I think that's probably what our problem is. I think it's related to this. Whoops, set a breakpoint there. And that we don't need. And there. So we've got 2 breakpoints whenever we're modifying or working with those. All right. So see if we can see what can happen here. See what's going on. So effects, add a new sound effect. And so we're inside the effect builder property changed. Adjust selected entry duration. Let's see what our call stack is here. Create new effect. I have a feeling that this is the problem. So I want to say loading internally is equal to true. And yeah, it's not going to like any of this, so we get out of this. Set a breakpoint here, here. Wow, I'm getting a lot of these in here. And it's all from the create new effect on the call stack. There we go, finally out of it. Okay, so now that I'm out of it, I want to put that in a try finally block. I want to say loading internally is equal to false. And then loading internally is equal to true. So that's going to effectively, we're not going to pay any attention to that. That's not going to be any change events coming from that. And so we're going to say continue. All right, I think that's the problem, is what I think. In fact, I almost want to clear these 2 for right now. Or maybe let's not clear them. Let's put them back. But we will toggle breakpoint scope to current thread. Is that? No, that's not what I want to do. I want disable all breakpoints, which I don't have here. There, disable all breakpoints. Okay, so now continue. And so now I want to come in and see if we can duplicate the problem. There's blood squirting there. Let's create a new sound effect. Come down here. And, well, we kind of have it already. In creating the new sound effect, something happened already where we got that here. Let's change this, though. And once we change it, see if it's locked in. So there's scroll close. There's, nope, we still got the bug. All right. Debug, enable all breakpoints. Okay. So I'm going to run it for a second. We are on scroll close.mp3. That's this one right here. And I'm going to say add new sound effect. So we did not hit a breakpoint. Now I'm going to click on it. And we're on selection changed. And this is our new effect entry, which is effect 2. Did I click on effect 2? I thought I clicked on effect 3. Oh, no, that is effect 2. That was the last one. Okay, so now I'm going to click on effect 1. And let's see what we got here. There's effect 1. And, okay. Effect entry. We should never be out here. I want to do one other thing too. Just to make this a little bit easier here. Wait, why don't I have a name property in my timeline entry? I have a name in. Wait, what's going on? Why does it not? Why doesn't it see name? Oh, now it does. Wait, okay, that was weird. It didn't show it to me. Okay, so name is equal to a new name, like that. And let's do the same thing here. If name is not equal to null, then we're going to change it. And then that way we'll see the names of the files actually as we go in. Signaling all the breakpoints. Okay, let's come in here, grab the sound file. Good. Add a new sound effect. So the act of adding a new sound effect doesn't clear out these pieces. Why not is the question. Let's go look at the add sound effect piece right in here. Let's create a new sound effect. Okay. Well, this new sound effect that we're coming in here has an empty sound file name. Oh, shoot. I wanted to... All right, let's run it. I wanted to go inside that, add new sound effect. I want to go into the effect entry. I want to go into this code right here. And now I want to come in here. Go in here. Whoa! How did my sound effect suddenly get this sound file name? Okay, so it's coming. Okay, well, that is kind of stunning to me. Wait, is the problem in the property? Nope. I'm like totally stunned as to what's going on here. I don't get this. Let's try it one more time. Let's just double check this and see if we can figure it out. Add new sound effect. Here's the effect we're adding. There's the sound effect right there. And the sound file name is empty right there. So we can see that. Now inside of effect entry, we're going to, I'll actually set a breakpoint there. We'll run. If it's equal to value, no. Then we set effect entry equal to the value. Now at this point, the sound effect has no entry. And then we're going to come down in here and we're going to say load from item. Okay. Effect entry here as well, sound effect empty. Is this my problem? Is this going to trigger? I wonder if this is my problem. let's do this. Now let's look at effect entry, sound effect. Nope, that wasn't my problem. Okay. Load from animation. We call that sound effect. It shouldn't be touched. Load sound effect. Let's go in here. And now what is going on? Did I miss something? Is something happening inside of here? What changed it? Let's see if we have any other references out here. Let's set a breakpoint there. Let's set a breakpoint there. Okay, those are it. Those are our places. Let's do it again. Add sound effect. There's my effect. We've already seen this part before. Run. Load from item is oops, that didn't work. Okay, so empty. I still feel like this is the problem. This thing happens and then it starts triggering other things. But no. Load from animation, load from emitter. Ooh, load from emitter. Trigger to save to item. On property changed. All right, so we need to clean this up so that when so load from emitter basically comes in, sets this air density value is double. That then leads to this changed event on text changed, the num edit. Then we get back to on property changed, and we're back in the effect builder here. And so then we want to save to it, which is what's happening. So what I need to do is I basically need to totally abort this. I want to say something along these lines here. So I want something like, you know, if we are loading, do I have that? Loading internally here. Okay, so there, let's go back to call stack here. And I want to just take this whole thing and wrap it in a try finally block with that. Let's do another one. Add a new sound effect. Run, run, and now try finally here. So use selection increase, hit the letter F, then whoops, I wanted to get more than that. Now hit the letter F. And then we're going to say loading internally is equal to false. And up here we're going to say loading internally is equal to true. Then anywhere we've got a property changed, we want to check for that. That's the code we want at the top of any of these property changes that we have inside this document. Nope, I just want not in the selection. There you go. So that's the same property changed, I believe. I just want to make sure there's not a second one in here. All right. All right, let's try it. Let's give it a run. And one more time, add a new sound effect. Run. Run. Here we go. Has not changed this time. Has not changed this time. Okay, I think that fixed it. And so now here, let's run this guy. Clear, go, run. This guy, this guy, this guy. Okay, and then we had the other problems from before. So now, if we go in and select this, let's make it say scroll slam. Okay. Just clearing my breakpoints. Bring this one over here. It's funny, you didn't even see my comment on your reading chat, did you? Set a breakpoint on the property and view the call stack. Which one are you talking? Mark the time, Roy, test rainbow. I was asking if you wanted to continue being notified of stepping over properties. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, that dialogue, the click yes. Yeah, I do actually, I want that dialogue up there all the time is what I want, because that dialogue demonstrates a UI principle that, that I like to talk about. So that's kind of what's going on there. Sorry about that. Let's see, scroll whoosh, we'll get that. And now we're going to start clicking on these, and now it's feeling like we've got something that's actually working here. Scroll close, scroll whoosh. Now it's feeling like I've got real data here that's a little more solid. Okay, good. I like that. Flood squirting, we'll do that one. Oh, that's not going to give us a change. We need to change it to something else. Scroll slam. Good. Yeah, and I like that it's showing me the duration automatically. It's showing me how long that piece is. So good. All right, so I feel like we fixed that bug. And just want to change all of these to make sure that as I click on them, what we see down here is what we see up in the up as well. So there, I want to make sure the name matches this. That's what it should match all the way down. Scroll open, scroll close, scroll slam, scroll close, scroll whoosh, slam. Good. Let's add a new sound effect file. Good. There's our new effect. Let's bind it, grab it, and I think we're good. Okay, good. So that is, I'm going to call that.
Getting closer.
I'm going to call that getting closer. Yeah. Did you say, was there another comment about here about me not reading the chat? Is there something else that I'm missing in here? You could just set a property. Yeah. I don't think I missed anything else, but it's like, I'm wondering if there's something else I missed from you about that. Definitely apologies there, Will. You don't deserve that. You deserve a better host than me. Someone who's mindful of the chat. All right. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. That actually is pretty good. We don't have anything that we're sending out yet, but I'm thinking, oh, you know what? We've gone for about 2 hours now, I think. I'm feeling like let's shut this down, and on Monday, let's start combining these pieces together and sending them over. And on Monday, I think we'll be able to have our first real test of this working, which I'm feeling pretty good about. Also, I was going to do some explosives today, but I'm not going to do that because I'm just not entirely prepped for that. And I want to, instead of you watching me prep, I want to be a little more prepped for that. So we'll do it on Monday. We'll do a little more real explosives from the chat room. And with that, I think I want to give away a copy of CodeRushed because it's time for the
CodeRushed giveaway.
Yep, we do that every day. We do the show, and it's what I'm working on. And you saw some new features in it today. Latex formulas, which is very cool stuff coming out, and chat leg better, mark reading, chat leg no change. I didn't see that. There it is. I got you now. I got you. Okay, so I did miss something. Thanks, Will, for pointing that out. Yeah, I need to be a better person. Flat out, no denying it. So yeah, every show we give away.
It's a brand new car.
No, it's not a brand new car. We give away a copy of
CodeRushed.
That's right, Mr. Announcer Guy. You got it right that time. Because you know what time it is.
You know what time it is?
Time to give away a copy of CodeRushed. Here it is. The winners dropping down from up in the edit window up above, right over there.
Art 9K.
Art 9K. Excellent. So congratulations. I will reach out to you, Art 9K, and we will get you instructions for how you can download your copy of CodeRushed. In general, so even though there was a little bit of like, wait, what's going on? I think not bad in terms of what we have, right? The look of this thing is looking like it's a pro, kind of app. It's looking like something you would expect to find out of Adobe or something along those lines. So I think we are doing, I feel like we're doing really, really well. Will Bennett says, nice stream. See ya. Yeah, definitely, Will. Thank you so much as usual. Totally appreciate that. You being out here. Let me see if anybody else that we should be, we should raid is out here. I don't see anybody else in my group. Oh, I could raid this guy, Coding Cafe. It looks like he is live. Looks like he is. All right, InstaFluff, we'll do that. So let's go raid InstaFluff, and we will see you guys later. There we go. Talk to you guys later, kids.